Hello everyone, a very good evening to each and every person who are there in the meet. Confirm my voice guys, whether it is audible for you people or not. You can type in the Q&A, otherwise you can send an emoji for me. That's great, that's great. Yeah, very good evening to each and every person. I hope everyone is enjoying my sessions as well as, and everyone started some learning in the service now. Okay. So everyone started something that is new to you, and everyone started something new that you're going to learn in your life. Okay. So whereas coming to the yesterday's topics, guys, that we have discussed. So yesterday we have started with the simple concept that is settings. Okay. So how we can configure our instance where we are going to configure our mobile. So we can set the themes in our mobile. Same, we can do that in our instance. We can even set a annotation, how that the text should be displayed, how the background color should be displayed, how the wallpaper should be displayed. Whereas coming to the instance, how the logo should be displayed, how the header should be displayed, and how the banner title should be displayed. So these all things we have discussed in the yesterday's class, right? So also we have started with one more topic, that is, what is that? That is system security. Okay. In that we have completed the first level, that is users. So I will tell you in detail about it, users. Okay. So we have discussed something in the users. So we got to know something in the users, and we need to know more than that in the users, what we can do using users. Okay. So then after we need to go with the next two levels of security, that is groups as well as roles. So if that is completed, I will go with the explanation of simple concept, that is active plugin. You all are observed that that is in there in the instant actions. So what is the main use of that and how we are going to use that in our instance. Okay. So I will explain that in today's session, guys. So we are going to look after two things. One is in two types of a system securities, and we are going to work on the active plugins. That means we have one concept called plugins and ServiceNow Store. What is the main use of that and how we are going to use that in our instance? Okay, so I will explain that as well in today's class. But before my starting of the session, I want to wait for few more minutes so that everyone will join and everyone will start learning with all of you. Okay, so I think that is fine for you people, right? Voice is clear. Please confirm that. Everything is clear, right? Please confirm, guys. Everything is clear from my side. Network issue, please check that, or any voice glitch or anything. Mishra, don't worry. If you're not able to attend the classes also, guys, what you can do is like you can watch the recordings. So recordings are uploaded in the Telegram group, right? So Mishra, what you can do is like you can directly go with the Telegram group. In that, one link is been shared. Okay. That is the drive link for the recording sessions. Whatever the things that we are discussing here, that will be uploaded over there. So where you can check with the recordings and you can start working on the service now. And you will also can catch up with the same session that we are going with. Okay. So not at all a problem. We have just started the service now. We have just gone to the single concept, that is basic configuration. Now we are looking at the second concept, that is system security. Okay. Guys, no need to share the same link once again, right? I already shared the link, drive link. In that drive link only, each and every day sessions will be updated. The same link will be there for each and every day. You can check that. And whereas coming to this attendance, what are the things that you people ask, right? So don't worry about that. Attendance will be taken care of operation team people. They will track your mail IDs, how you are logging into, and they will match with them and they will give the attendance. So don't worry about the attendance as for now. And don't ask these kind of questions like, is this a free program? Is this a paid program? I will get a voucher or not, what is the advantages of it. These all things I have explained already in the first day itself. Okay, you can check that. Then after you can ask me if any doubts. Attendance will be validated. That is automated, guys. So we won't give any attendance link for you people. That will be automatically validated. So you can check that by contacting supporting me. Likita, if that's the case, I will check that link and I will upload that. Okay. If you complete the course, definitely you are going to get the voucher. So everyone, whoever they have registered for the particular portal, AICTE, then you will see one mail is coming from the SmartBridge team, right? In that particular mail, you will see calendar, handbook, Telegram link, and whatever the updates that you want, that can be provided to that mail. Okay. Definitely everyone do get the voucher after completion of the course. So I will tell you, sorry, you can check that in the mail, what is the last date of the course and how you can complete each and every course. As for now, we are running with the training. So no need to start working on the now learning platform. If you want to start, you can start. But as for now, we haven't started any course to complete. Okay. So if you want to start by checking the handbook, you can start. Otherwise, we will explain you in the AMA sessions. So guys, I hope everyone are eagerly waiting for my session. So we will start. We will start within 5 minutes because I'm just seeing the count of the students. That means everyone is still joining in the class. So I need to wait for a few more minutes. Then after we will continue the work. Okay. So just wait for 5 more minutes. Then after we will continue. So if you think that any one of you people are missing with the sessions, like any one of your friend is already registered for this program, if they are missing with the sessions, please share the link with them. They will also join the session. Okay. So yeah, guys, just wait for 5 minutes. Then after we will start. So once again, very good evening, one and all. So I'm so happy to see all of you once again back in the session, guys. So I'm just waiting for a few more minutes so that everyone can join and everyone can continue the same thing with the same phase, so that each and every person will connect with us and will move with the same concept. Okay. So as for now, we have discussed two concepts that are, one is basic configuration UI 16. Basically, that is nothing but settings in our instance. Okay, where we can control the theme, where we are going to control the logo, some kind of things can be controlled over there, and we even can change the banner color, background color, some kind of things over there. So I hope everyone worked on that. And some of you people are asking in the Q&A that the session recording is not uploaded yet. I will check after the session and I will definitely make sure that that will be uploaded. Okay, so don't worry about that. Be patient and let me know in the Telegram group itself so that I can add them. Okay. So whereas coming to this thing, guys, like in yesterday's class, we have discussed about the basic configurations. Then after we have started one concept called system security. So I hope everyone got a good idea what is the system security is all about. And in that particularly, we are discussing about users. Okay, so how the users are going to work and how we can work on the users. Okay, so then after, if you see, guys, we starting with one more thing beside that users only, that is groups. Okay, so whereas coming to the users are nothing but persons who are going to involve within the instance. That person we call directly as a user. So for specifically users, we got a table in our instance, that is user table. So we already observed that how we can create a user and how we can give one credentials to that user, and even how we can delete that user, how we can deactivate that user, how we can use extra options that are provided in the user. Okay, so as an admin, how we can create login credentials for that user also, we done that in the yesterday's session. Okay, so I have just explained you the overall form view that is been represented over there, and then after we have done something where we can learn about the users, right? And also we have discussed about the impersonate user, what is the main use of this impersonate user, and how we are going to use that in the instance. Okay, so now if you see, guys, whereas coming to the user table, you think all these things can be done, right? So update record, import data, request items, implement flows, and knowledge content, run reports, and develop applications. These all things can be done by the user. That is all depends on the role. That is all depends on the role that we are going to give. Okay, so before, let me share my screen, guys, first of all, then after I will continue. So everyone, please confirm me whether you are able to see the screen or not. First of all, quick reply, guys, in the chat box. Give me quick reply in the chat box. Guys, a few people are telling that my voice is not audible, and even some of you people are mentioning that you can't see the screen. Then in that case, what you can do is like you can directly refresh that page, or you can go with the better network, because I am with the good network. Even I can check the speed that is around 100 Mbps. Okay. So you already observed that the user table API name is sys underscore user. Okay. Whereas coming to the second thing that we are going to discuss, that is groups. So what is this groups all about, and how we are going to create one group? What are the other things that we are going to see in the group, and how we are going to use that groups? Okay. So here, whereas coming to the group, guys, a group is represented by a record on the group table that is starts with the API name of sys underscore user underscore group. Okay. So suppose if someone asks for you people what is group, so how you can describe group? So you can directly tell them like a collection of users is nothing but a group. A collection of users is nothing but a group. Simple. This how simple you can define groups. So whereas coming to the users, who is going to interact with the platform, that person is nothing but a user. And whereas coming to the group, collection of users is nothing but a group. That is nothing but a team of people are working on the same department. Suppose I am working as a ServiceNow admin and you are working on a ServiceNow developer. Suppose one project come to us. So these projects should be handled by a group of people that are under ServiceNow admin. Then what they will do, whoever having knowledge under ServiceNow admin, they will pick them and they will form a team. They will form a team. That is nothing but a group of people, right? That is nothing but a group of people. So we call them collection of users. We call them collection of users in the ServiceNow terminology. Okay. So whenever someone asks for you people what is group, then you could directly describe that as a collection of users is nothing but a group. Simple. Okay. Then after, if you see guys, there are some examples like service desk, knowledge base authors, and HR administrator. These are the different groups that are available in our instance. As coming to the one more point that we need to discuss here is, whereas coming to the user, we can define the groups over there and we can define the roles over there. Directly from the user itself, we can define the group, we can define the user that is belongs to that user. As coming to the group, we can give the group members and we can give the role also. Okay, so I will show you the difference, how we can identify that. So let me explain you. Then after we will go to the instance and we will start working on that. Okay, so guys, here, if you see, there are several differences that we are going to observe. So that are like, whenever we are working on the user table, after saving that record into the database, if you open that record, we will see lot of related links and related lists over there. We will see lot of related links as well as related list over there. That list contains different tabs where we are going to see few tabs like users, groups, and some are like some other things will be there over there that are necessary for us to know how the work is going on there. Okay, so the same thing is going to happen for the groups also. So we will create one group and we will also tell you how that group is going to handle and how we are going to give one role for that group and how that is going to be helpful for that. Okay, so before I'm going to explain about the groups, like how we are going to create that, how we are going to use that groups, like, okay, before that, let me complete the user entirely. That means after saving the record also, we haven't checked that how we are going to give role for that user, how we are going to give group for that user. We haven't checked that, right? So let me explain you how we can give a role to the user, how we can give a group to the user, and how we can check that permissions that are there for the group is being assigned to that user, and how we can check that what the permissions that are assigned to that role is being given to the user. Okay, so let me crack that and let me do that in the instance. Then after, you people understand how this particularly is going to work. Okay, so guys, let me quickly share one more tab over here. I hope everyone can see the instance. Please let me know in the Q&A or emoji format, whatever the way it's fine. Anything is fine. Everyone can see the instance, guys. What is the other name of the instance? Can anyone tell me in the Q&A? What is the other name for the instance that I'm calling here? The other name for the instance that I'm calling here. I'm not asking the things that are there in the instance. Someone of you or people directly telling that banner is there. Yesterday we have discussed about the banner is there. That's, I'm just asking the different name for the instance that I'm already told for you people. What I call that. Wow, a lot of answers. And that too different answers. Super. I'm excited to see these things. So we call that as a PDI, guys. PDI. What is that? PDI. That means personal developer instance. So if someone asks for you to where you're working, so where you will implement your configurations and whatever the things that are related to the ServiceNow, then you will tell I'm working in my personal developer instance. That is nothing but a PDI. So you won't tell them directly like I'm working in the instance. Okay. So we will have some terminologies to be discussed and to be explained to someone whenever someone is asking for you people. Okay. So got it, guys? What is the thing that we are using? Can anyone tell me now? What is the thing that we are using? Please quickly in the chat box. Everyone should respond to me, right? If you respond in the chat box, I will feel happy, guys, first of all. Then I can push myself and explain everything. That is correct. Yes, PDI, Personal Developer Instance. Yep, that's great. So now I will show you how we created the users once again. Okay. So can anyone tell me how I can navigate to the users, please? Can anyone tell me how I can navigate to the users table where I can see the list of records from the user table? Quickly. Because you all are so sharp and so intelligent, right? That's why. Go to the all, then after search for users. Yes, nice. I got so many replies. Yep, that's good. So yesterday we always did the same thing, guys. Yesterday we have always did the same thing. What we did is like we went to the all menu. Then after you will see the one filter navigation over here. You will see one filter navigation over here. Then after we search for users. Then after I told that you need to always pick the users under system security application. That is the thing that you know. So now what I'm doing is like I'm opening the same set of records page in a different way. How I'm doing that? Please observe the screen, everyone. So this is the shortcut ways where we can open the table without any module and without any application access. Okay. So now I'm just opening a user table. Okay. That will directly display the list of records. So what I typed over in the filter navigation, guys, please observe that. I'm just mentioning the API name of the table, that is sys_user. Then after I'm adding some extra function over there, functionality over there, that is .list. That is .list. So it will directly help me to navigate to the list of users records. Okay, so let me click on enter. You will see now. Okay, now I am in the user table. Now I am in the user table, and also I can see all the records that are there in the user table. Got it? How I am using the background names. If I don't remember that, like if I don't remember in which table, in which module, in which application I need to pick, then if you remember the API name of that table, then we can directly search for that table easily. Okay. Even though if I want to search the incident records, because we already observed that incident table is there in our instance, right? So if I want to show the list of records of an incident, then I can go with the API name of that incident.list. Let me directly open the list of records from the incident table. Okay. So now let me give some more importance of this particular searching, like how I'm going to use this API names and how I can go with the different list of records and different forms of a table. So please observe, guys, how I'm doing that. So previously, when I'm searching for sys_user dot list, then it is opening the list of records in the same tab. List of records in the same tab. So now I will do the same thing. But you people need to tell me the difference. What happens here? Okay. Now you people need to tell me the difference. What is going to happen here? Now let me click on enter. So how many of you people observe the difference, guys, here? How many of you people observe the difference here? Something has happened. Something has happened over here. What is the difference? What is happening over here? Just I want to know that, guys. Yeah, I'm getting a lot of answers from you guys. That too are different answers. Super. But everyone is trying something to explain. That is great. Okay. So let me explain you. When I'm searching for the API name dot list. Okay, if I use small cases, that means small letters, then what happens is like it will open the list of records in the same tab. It will open the list of records in the same tab. Whereas coming to, if I search with the capital letters, then it will help me to navigate with the different tab. The same set of things will be visible for us, but it will open in the next tab. That's it. So now let me go and search for one more thing here. Here I'm going to search for one more thing here. Please observe the screen, everyone. I'm just going with the next format. Next keyword, that is dot form. So if I click on enter, then it will open. It will open. Sorry guys, I mentioned wrong spelling here. So if I search for sys_user.form, then what happens? It will open the form of that table. Now if I go with the capital, what happens? If I go with the capital, what happens? It will open in the new tab. Okay. So these are the small shortcuts that you people need to remember, because these shortcuts will definitely help you to work on the tables. These shortcuts are definitely helpful for you people to work on the tables. Okay. So whereas coming to the ServiceNow, I already told that each and everything that you are working on a table, each and everything that you create, that you are working on a table. Okay. So that is very important for you to know. So now what I'm doing is, guys, just I'm going to create few more users so that we can work on. Now let me close the remaining tabs. Let me go with the user. So now we have already created two users. One is test user 1 and one more is test user 2. Now let me create two more users so that we can manage something using groups, and also I will explain you how we can use the roles. Okay. So let me quickly create two more users. I'm going to use the same user ID so that it will be easy for me to remember. That is test, right? Test underscore user underscore 3, simple. And the first name is test and the last name is user 3. Okay. So the same thing I'm going to give for the next user also. Click on submit. Next, if I go for the new, here, the next user that I'm creating, test underscore user underscore 4, the fourth user here. So now in our company, we have 4 employees. Okay. Consider that. That is very important. Assuming the things that I'm telling is very important for you people to understand the concept. Okay. So in our company, we have 4 employees. Test user 1, test user 2, test user 3, test user 4. Now, I consider that test user 1 is the most important person in my company. Test user 1 is the most important person. I want to give some roles to that person so that that person can work on something. Okay. That person can work on something. So how you can add a role by being a user. Okay. So now in the users, and if I go to the test user 1, if you see, guys, this is the first preview that you are seeing, right? This is the first preview that you are going to see whenever you are going to create a new record in a table as coming to the user table. Okay. But if you go with the same record, if you open that record, you will see some more buttons over here. These are extra buttons that helpful for updating the record and deleting the record. And if you see, I already mentioned that if you save that particular record into the database, it will give extra options over there. It will give extra options on the form. So here are the extra options. Here you can see there are links over here. These we call as related links. And you can see one tabs over at the bottom of that links. You will see tabs at the bottom of the links that we call related list. Related list and related links. Both are different. Here we call them as related links. and the tabs that we are displaying over here at the bottom that we call as related links. Okay. So in this specifically, we are discussing about roles and groups, right? Now let me tell you how we can add a role and how we can add a group. So as a test user one, I'm going to add one role to this user. So you don't know about the roles as for now. As for now, I'm just adding one role to the person. So that I will show the difference between the rest of the users and this user. Okay. So now let me add one role to the user. So how can I add the role? Here, if you see, I'm in the roles tab. I'm in the roles tab. After that, you will see one option called edit over here. Edit is the option that you need to click on. Edit is the option that you need to click on. Then after from the collections, we will see all the available roles in the instance. From this, I need to pick the role that is required to give to this particular user. So now let me search for one role that is ITIL. I want to add ITIL role to the test user one. So now I have added ITIL role from the collection section to the roles list, so that if I save this, what happens is like the permissions that are there for the ITIL role will automatically given to the test user one, guys. Whatever the permissions that may be for the ITIL role, that will be directly acting to the test user one. Okay, let me save this and I will show the difference first of all. Okay, let me click on save. You got to know that role has been added. You can see the pop-up notifications that we call as annotations. So you can see the annotations that is been displayed over there. That is representing the change in the test user one. One role has been assigned over there. So you can see if I scroll down, the ITIL role the role that I have added. Just I have added only one role, guys. I haven't added multiple roles over here. But for that role, there are multiple permissions. What are the things that are added to the test user one? I have added only single role, that is ITIL. But for that role, there are multiple permissions and multiple roles are required. So that are also added to the test user one. You can see now there are 40 roles for the test user one, but the role that is acting for the test user one is ITIL. Okay, there are 40 permissions. So the change has been occurred here. The change has been occurred in the form. That means we need to save or update that. Then only the configurations changes that you have created or updated on the form will be saved to the database. Now let me save that using form header. Here we are seeing one ash color right on the form that we call as a form header. From that also we can save. Right click on it. We will see the options: save, insert, and stay. I will explain these options, guys. Insert, and stay once again. So now let me click on save as for now. So now the role is been given to the test user one. Let me impersonate to the test user one and let me show you how the role gives extra permissions to the test user one. Okay, so for that I need to go to the user menu. You all know about the user menu that is located in the right top corner. Okay, let me click on the user menu. Then after, if you see, there are multiple options in the user menu. There will be multiple options in the user menu. In that particularly, we are going to use impersonate user so that we can check and test the ability of the user as a system administrator. So now let me click on impersonate user so that we can check the test user one. We can check the test user one. Now I'm clicking on the test user one, click on impersonate user. So guys, now you people tell me, what is the difference that you have observed here as a test user one? What is the difference that you have observed here as a test user one? Now tell me guys, what is the difference that you have observed in the test user one? The first difference that you have observed you are seeing one workspace. You are seeing one workspace that is directly navigating as a TSM enrolled person. Okay. So basically the role that I have given to the test user one, that is completely working on the incident management, problem management, change management. The role that I have specified to the particular user, test user one, that is mainly focuses on incident management, change management, problem management, guys. Okay. That's why the test user one is getting one workspace that is acting on the role. Okay. Not on the user, that is acting on the role. And that role have some permissions where that role can control incident management, problem management, change management. Okay. So now let me go and search for them. First of all, going to the all, let me search for incident if I can find incident or not. So you can see I can find incident application and I can see all the modules in the incident application where I can create a new record, where I can see assigned records, where I can open the records, where I can see unassigned records, where I can see resolved records. So these are the different modules that are occurred in the incident table, right? So if I go with the next one, that is problem, right? So let me search for the problem also. Yes, I can see the problem as well. So as I confirmed that the ITAL role is entirely working on the which thing? Incident management, problem management, change management. So this is the main thing that is given to the ITAL people. Okay, that are the permissions that are given to the ITAL role people. That is one of the most important roles that you need to remember, guys. Okay, that is also one of the most important roles that you need to remember. So as for now, you have observed some differences. What is the major difference that you're going to observe as a system administrator, as a test user one? So how can I identify that now I am in the test user one? Guys, please respond to me. How can I identify now I am in the test user one? I want to see the differences. What are the things that you are observed as a system administrator, as a test user one? What are the major differences that you need to observe whenever you are logged in as any other user or as you are in a system administrator? I'm getting a lot of answers, but in that also some are funny answers I get. That's great. Some of you people are telling that admin is absent. Wow, super. I think admin will be absent whenever the test user one is logged in. Okay. Yeah, I got few correct answers also. That's great. So test user one is having circle. That is two red circle. Some of you mentioned that. And some of you mentioned that I symbol is been given to that profile. Yeah, that is also correct. And some of you mentioning that we can see one dashboard is been represented on the form. That is content frame. Okay. That is something but a content frame. We are going to see one dashboard over there. So that is because of the role, not on the profile basis. So I'm just asking about the profile, guys. That means as a test user one, as a system administrator, what is the major difference that you're going to see? Yeah, I got all the answers. That means one of you people already mentioned that we can see one red line on the banner. That's great. So as a test user one, now I'm in the ITAL role. So I can see a lot of things now. Okay. So if you see, if I click on the all also, I can see a lot of applications. Okay. I can see a lot of applications. Whereas coming to the default user, that person can see only the simple 8 to 5 applications, I think so. Okay. Let me check that as well. Now I'm logging to test user 2. I'm just impersonating as another user. Click on that. Now I'm in the test user 2 profile. If I go to the all, if you see, there are only 8 to 9 applications that are visible for this test user 2 because I haven't given a role for that person, right? There is a major difference that you're going to observe here. Okay. So each and every role do have some set of permissions. That's great. Okay. Now let me explain you how I can add a person in a group as a user. Okay. Now I'm going to the users once again. That is there under the system security. Click on the users. See guys, if you see, I'm going to the same test user one once again. Hold on. Beside the roles, we have one more tab called groups. Click on that. Okay. So here we have two options. One is new, one is edit. We have two options. One is new, one is edit. That means we can create one group from here, or we can join in the existing group. We can create one group from here, or we can directly join in one existing group. So if you click on the edit, we can directly join in the existing group, or if you click on the new, we can create a new group. So let me show you. Click on edit. You can see there will be a collection section over here that will represent all the groups that are available in our instance. So if you see, guys, there are n number of groups. So you can check it out. Each and every group do have some uniqueness. Okay. So let me add this person in the database group. Okay. I'm adding that person in the database group. Click on save. Simple. If you see, guys, job to add or remove roles from the users or the group has been added. Okay. Now, whatever the role that is been there for the database will be added to the user. Okay. So there are some roles for the database, right? So the group of people are working under database. That means there will be some role for that people. There will be some role for that people, right? Now, as a test user one, I can do work under database. The roles that are there given to the database user, database group, that will also given to the test user one, as well as the role that is given to the test user one separately, ITIL role, that role will also act to the test user. Now that means one user can be part of multiple roles, one user can be part of multiple groups. Got it? Very simple, right? Got it, guys? One user can be a part of multiple groups, and one user can be a part of multiple roles. Some of you people are asking, like, why that person got 43 roles? Just added one role, right? I just added one role. Why that person is getting 43 roles, guys? How that is been happening here? So I will explain. Chill. Okay. So I will explain that when I'm explaining about the roles, guys. So we will start working on the groups now. Then after we'll go with the roles. Okay. So then you can understand how we are going to implement that kind of a process. Okay. So now we will create one group, guys. We will create one group, and I will tell you what are the things that you are mainly focusing on while creating the group, and what are the things that you need to know while creating the group. Okay. So to create the group also very simple. To create the group also very simple. We need to go to the all. Previously we are searching for the users. Now we need to search for the groups. So that is also same here only, guys. You will see these three things will be under the same module. Okay, users and groups, you will see the same things under the same module, same application as well. The users, groups, roles. These are the three system securities that we have. So that we are going to learn now. Okay. So now we are going to work on the groups, right? Now let me click on groups. Otherwise, you can search over here in the filter navigation. That will also definitely show this one only. Click on these groups. So after that, guys, after clicking on that, you all know whenever you click on module, what happens? The same thing will repeat. Okay. So it will display the list of records from groups table. Now here you can see there are 51 standard groups that is been provided in the instance. Suppose if you want to use that particular user in the group that are there, you can use that. Or if we want to create any group, if I want to create any group, then we can create that as well. So how we can create that? So what is the process that we can do? So here also very simple process, very easy process. We need to click on the new button. That's it. Very easy, right? We need to click on new, simple. Then it will open one form. We have to fill the details. Click on submit. Group is created. Simple. Okay. That how that easy the ServiceNow is. Okay. You need to understand the concept in that easier way so that you can learn a lot. Okay. So now if you click on the new button, then it is opening one form. Then it is opening one form, right? So here I need to mention the group name. So now you people suggest me one group name. Now you people suggest me one group name so that I will give that name for the group. Everyone, please try to suggest one group name. A lot of different names and things here. Yeah, let me add some people groups names. Okay, so here some are mentioning SmartBridge as a group name, some are mentioning ServiceNow as a group name. So let me combine them. Okay, SmartBridge, ServiceNow. So this is the group name, SmartBridge collaboration with ServiceNow. Nice, super. Okay, the group name that I have kept here, that is SmartBridge. Okay, so let me remove this. That is looking not looking nice. Okay, so SmartBridge group. Okay, so this is the group name. So everyone got to know that how we can give the name, right? You need to just enter that over there. That's it. There is no specific thing that we need to do. We need to just enter the name over there. Then the group will be created. Just clicking on the submit. Click on submit. But here I want to tell the difference. Previously I skipped that, right? So if I click on the form header, this is form header, right? Right click on it. It will show save option. Or we have one more thing here at the name of that group form. Okay. So beside that, we will see three lines. Three lines. What is that three lines called as? So we call that three lines as context menu. Context menu. Please remember this, guys. We call these three lines as context menu. That is very important. Okay. So just click on context menu and click on save. Or you can go with the form header, right click on it, click on save. The same thing will appear. The same thing will appear. Okay. So what is the major difference that you're going to observe here is like, if you click on, sorry guys, if you click on submit, what happens is like, it will directly go back to the list of records once again. Then we need to search for our record once again. We need to open that record to see what are the related links that are being created for that record. Okay. So to reduce the work, we have option called save. Simple. If you click on save, what happens is like the similar kind of a thing will happen. The record will be saved to the database, but it won't go back to the list of records. That's it. It won't go back to the list of records. It will directly stay on the form. Now let me click on save. Now this particular record is been saved to the database. I can see this on the table. Suppose if I want to see this on the table, I can search for that particular record has been created in the groups table. Okay. And you can see rest of the buttons that have been displayed over here. If I open the record after clicking on the submit, so these are the things that will be populated over here. Okay. So you can see update button, delete button, and related links and related sections. So as coming to the related sections, you can see there are three related sections over here. That is groups, group members, groups. Wow. Sorry, I mentioned that groups, right? First of all, sorry for that. So first is roles, next one group members, and third one is groups. So whereas coming to these roles and group members, groups, there are three different tabs are used for different things. Okay. So now let me explain you about the group members, roles, and groups first. Okay. So before that, what is the major advantage of creating a group? We can add multiple members in that and we can assign a work, right? That is the main thing that is we created a group for. Okay. Suppose if we have a work that is been done by ServiceNow admin people only, then you all people will come under that group. Then what I will do, I will go to the group members and I will add you all people over here. So the group members will be added in this particular place. Okay. So the group members will be added in this particular place where you need to click on the group members tab and you need to click on edit. Suppose if you want to create a new user, also you can click on new and it will open the form of a user. You can create the record. Otherwise, we can directly add the existing users. Now let me add the existing users. Here we have our users, right? Test user 1, test user 2, test user 3. Lot of users are there. Now let me add test user 4, test user 3, test user 1. Let me change this. I will be adding test user 2, test user 1, test user 3. I will Don't add test user 4, guys. I don't like test user 4. Let me click on save. Okay. So if you see, guys, if you see, I have just made the configurations, but I haven't seen the configuration changed in the form. I haven't seen the configurations changes in the form. So in that particular conditions, what you can do is like you can save the form. You can save the form to see the changes. Got it? So this is the major thing that you people need to know. Whenever you are configuring something on the form, then you need to always click on the save or update to see the changes on the form. Okay, this is the major thing that you people need to remember. Just now I have saved my group members, but I can't see the data populated in the tab. But what I did, I clicked on the save from the form header, then I can see the records that have been added. Okay, so as a test user 1, 2, 3, these 3 people are working for the ITIL. That means incident process management. Okay, these 3 are main people. These people will work as an incident management specialist. Okay, now what I'm doing is like I'm going to add a role for these people. Now I'm going to add a role for these people. Let me click on edit. Now search for ITIL. The same role I'm giving, guys. The same role I'm giving. Click on save. Click on save. So here, if you see, guys, the data has been not represented over here. That's why I'm always telling you for you people to always save the form. Whatever the changes that you've done, that should be saved to the database. So whatever the group that we created, guys, here, that is SmartBridge group is created. And in that particular group, I am adding the role called ITAL, and the group members are your people. That is test user 1, test user 2, test user 3. Okay. So here, these 3 people are working for IT management. Okay, IT management, that is ITSM. Okay, IT service management. So these 3 people are very important people. That's why I have assigned this particular role for these 3 people so that these people can work on the IT management. Okay, so now you people tell me, guys. Now you people tell me. You people need to tell me definitely. Okay, so what is the level of access that is given to the test user 2, test user 3 will be the same as level of access for the test user 1. So previously, I have given the ITIL role for the test user 1 directly. Directly, I have given the ITIL role for the test user 1. Now, what I did is like, I have added the 2 people also in that particular group, and I have added the same role. Then what is the thing? What will happen? The same level of access will be going to give provided for the test user 1 and test user 3 to explain your thoughts, guys. Explain your thoughts. That's it. That may be correct, that may be wrong, but you need to try. Okay. Yeah, here also I'm seeing a lot of different answers. That's great. That is the main thing I need to see, guys, first of all, because the first thing that is the most important thing in the virtual sessions is interaction. That is the only thing which helped me to connect with you, right? So that's why you people need to reply to me. That's why that is the only reason I will ask questions. Okay. So here I got few answers. Okay. So I got few answers. In that, few are correct, few are wrong. But no need to worry. Let me explain it. Okay. You can check with your answers. So as coming to the group of people that has been there under the same group, the role that has been given to that group will be same for each and every person. That will be same for each and every person in the group. Okay. So now as a test user 1, if I log into the user, then the same ITSM, sorry, ITIL role will be active to the test user 1. That goes with the that goes with the test user 2 and 3 also. Let me impersonate to the test user 3 and let me check that whether it has been happening or not. Okay. Now let me search for test user 3. Click on impersonate user, click on impersonate. Got it? Got the idea, guys? The same preview that you have seen for the test user 1, now you will see the same preview. But here, the major difference that you are observing is, here there will be T3, there you will see T1. That's it. There is a major difference that you will see. That's it, right? Because I have mentioned the username that way, right? That's why it is representing like that. So no problem. But each and every user you are seeing under the same group will have the same level of access. Okay. So now let me change something in that group. Now let me change something. Some spice should be added over it, right? So for that, I'm going to the all. Let me go for the same group that we created. For that, I need to search for groups. Let me search for groups. Click on groups. Where is groups? Yeah, I got it, groups. So here I got the groups. Now let me search for my group. That is SmartBridge group. That's good. Click on SmartBridge group. Here we got to know that test user 1, test user 2, test user 3 having the same role ITIL. Now I want to add a group manager for this group. I want to add a group manager for this group. So I'm adding a group manager over here, guys. So let me click on this magnifier lens to select the user. Okay. So to select the user, I have to click on this magnifier lens. From here, I can select the user. Now I'm selecting test user 4 as a group manager. Okay. Directly, I'm adding test user 4 as a group manager. So one more question, guys. One more simple question. Sorry for asking this many questions, but you need to learn. Okay. So one more simple question, that is, now I have given test user 4 as a group manager. Test user 4 as a group manager, right? Now you people tell me whether test user 4 will also have ITL role. You people need to tell me whether test user 4 will also have ITL role. Please, guys, what are your thoughts on this particular thing? Because the first point that I have explained in these particular groups are like, the massive advantage of creating group is to give a role for the multiple people at a time. So now, as a group manager, can test user 4 will able to see the same level of access as a test user 1, 2, 3? Some of you or people are mentioning that test user 4 will have more access than test user 1, 2. Super. That's your thought. That's great. Yeah, most of you or people are saying yes, and most of you or people are saying no. Let me show you. Let me show you and clear your confusion over here. That is also very important to see, right? Now let me impersonate to test user 4 so that you will get a clarification, guys. Click on any impersonate user. Now let me search for impersonate test user 4. Here, click on test user 4, click on impersonate user so that we can navigate to the test user 4 simply. Now, if you see, guys, this is the standard test user 4 profile with a no role is given to the test user 4. You can see there is only logo and the banner title. That's it. And if you go for the all menu also, there are set of applications that is been represented that are the same level of application that can be given to the new user. Okay, got it? That means we confirmed one point over here. That means we confirmed one point over here. That is, whatever the role that we are giving to the group, that will only act to the group members, not to the group manager. Okay. So whatever the role that is given to the group group, that is only acting to the group members, not to the group manager. Okay. Got the clarity, guys? Got the clarity? Can anyone tell me why that is happening? Why group manager is not having the access to go with the same level of things that is been done by the group users, group members? Yeah, definitely we can make any one of the user in the group manager. No problem. So we can consider that that person is a manager. Okay. Suppose in a company we are working as a team as a ServiceNow administrators, right? So we do have team leader and we do have manager also. So whereas coming to the team leader, that person will know everything that we do. Person will know everything that we do. But whereas coming to the manager, that person don't even look for our work. Whereas coming to the manager, that person even don't look for our work what we do. That person directly will take care of the team lead. He will won't ask for us. He will directly ask team lead whether the work is done or not. That's it. So as coming to the manager, that is not important to have a role over that person. He can directly question the entire group people, what is the work update or what is the things that you have done without even getting the roles that are required for them. Okay. So consider that test user 4 won't work, directly questions something. Okay. Okay. So whereas coming to the test user 4, we got to see there is no role acting for the test user 4. Now let me click on an impersonate user and I'm going to the same group, going through history here, going through history so that I can easily access the group that I created. Okay. So I clicked on my group name. Then after you can see. So suppose as a manager, I want to also work in this particular group. I also want to work in this particular group. Then I can add that particular manager in the group members. I can add that particular manager in the group members. So click on edit. Then after you can go for the test user 4. Directly add test user 4. Then click on save. So the person who is there as a group member, that person can be also a manager of the group. There is no issues in that. Okay. The person who is there as a group member, that person also can be a group manager. Got it? So there is no effect that if you are adding that person in the group member and that person is also a manager, there will be no issues for that group user, because user can be a part of any role, user can be part of any group. That is the major thing that we need to do. Okay. Got it, guys? Got the clarity? Got the clarity? Please give the response in the Q&A. Got the clarity? We have two more things to discuss in the groups. Then after we will go with the roles. Everyone, please try to respond in the Q&A. Show some enthusiasm. That is very big word, I think so. Yes, that's great. Now I got a lot of answers. Okay. So let me go and tell you what are the three other things that we are seeing over here. That is, one is groups tab over here in the related list. In the related list, one option is groups. Okay. Whereas coming to the form of that particular group, we are seeing parent option over here, parent option over here. And whereas coming to the group mail. So whereas coming to the group mail, it is nothing but a mail that can be used by any member in that group. That can be used by any member in that group. So if we want to specifically give one mail for that particular group, we can create that. If we want to create a specific mail for that group, we can create that by adding the mail over there. That's it. That is the use of group mail. Whereas coming to this parent and group, these are the two similar things that you people need to know. Okay, these are the two similar things that you people need to know. So whereas coming to this parent, so what is this parent? Okay, so here if you click on this lookup icon, it will display the groups only. It will display the list of groups that are available in our instance. It will display the list of groups that are available in our instance, where this list of groups will act as a parent for this group. If I select any one of the group here, guys, if I select any one of the group, like incident management, randomly I'm selecting here, but I'm not specifying anything. So I have decided that incident management should be the parent group, where the subgroup should be Smart Bridge. Then I can decide parent as an incident management. Parent as a incident management, where incident management people can look after the Smart Bridge group also. Can look after the Smart Bridge group also. Whatever the work that are done by the Smart Bridge group people, they can see that work. Okay. So whereas coming to these groups, that is there in the related list. Whereas coming to these groups, that is there in the related list. That is also very unique thing you need to know. So I'm not giving here as per now. I don't want to give any parent for my group. Okay. So, but I want to create child groups. To creating a child group for my parent group. So here the Smart Bridge group is a parent group, and the group that I'm going to create in the related list, that will act as a child group. Here the parent group, if I select any parent group here, the Smart Bridge group is acting as a child, right? It will be reversed if we give that in the groups that is there in the related list. Okay. So the same way, the parent group is Smart Bridge group. Then the group that I'm going to create here, that will act as a child group. So for that, you need to click on new and you can mention the group name. Same way. So you can see directly the parent group is selected, Smart Bridge group, and whatever the group name that I'm going to specify, that is added over here. Okay, Smart Bridge. For that, I'm going to add ServiceNow admin group as a subgroup. The child group for that. Okay, you can see that has been added. So in that particular group also, there can be a manager, there can be a group members, there can be a roles, anything, but that will be the subgroup for the Smart Bridge. Okay, this is how we are going to work on the groups, guys. More doubts that you have related to the groups? More doubts related to the groups? Guys, please respond to me in the Q&A. Any more doubts related to the groups? Any doubts that you have, you can ask me. Related to the groups concept, any doubts? It's clear, perfect. Everyone can do this. Easy, right? Yeah, that's great. That's great. Now let me go and continue the next topic that we have, that is roles. So this is one of the biggest topic you need to understand clearly. But I will explain in very smaller way. Okay. So this is the things that you need to know. But you haven't seen the SysID of the group, right? Please remember the SysID of the group or make a note of it, guys. That is very important. That can be an exam question, that can be an interview question, anything. But you need to remember the SysID of the user, SysID of the group, SysID of the role. Please try to remember this, because these are the main tables that we will always work on. Okay. So please try to remember the SysIDs of these tables. That will definitely help you. Whereas coming to the SysID of a group is sys_user_group. SysID of group table is sys_user_group. So then after we will move with the roles. Then after we will move with the roles, and I will explain you how the role is been defined and what are the roles that contains in that, and what are the things that can be explained in a very clear way. Okay. So whereas coming to the role, what is this role and what are the things that can be controlled by this role? Okay. So here, if you see, guys, the role is explained in a very simple way here, where a role is used to define access at the application, module, or access control list. Okay. So here the role can be defined for application, defined for module, defined for the access control list. Okay. So these three things can be controlled by the roles. Okay. Whereas coming to the roles, these are the main points that you people need to remember. Roles will grant the access to the application module that a user can access to into in all menu. So whatever the user that you want to give that credentials for the application or module, what is the main thing that we have to provide to that user? The role is needed for that user. Okay. So previously we have checked with the ITIL role, right? ITIL role is been given to the user. Then what happened? ITIL permissions is been applied to that user. So in the same way, if we want to separately give access for application or module, we can define that to that role. Then if I give that role to the user, then the user will see the application as well as module. Okay. So whereas coming to the next four points that are assign security rights, access data in the tables via ACL. So ACL is one concept that you people will understand in the later on classes. So where we are going to control read level of access, write level of access, update level of access, delete level of access. Okay. Then after, if you see guys, we have few more things like a role can be assigned to a group or a single user. It contains other roles. So it contains other roles. That doesn't mean that in the role there is no other role. Okay. So it contains other role means is whatever the role that you create, in that role we can see multiple roles already created. Or whatever the roles that are created, we can add that roles in the content roles. So that permissions also will be added to the role that we create. Okay. If you see at the right side pick that you are seeing here, the first role that is catalog underscore admin. Okay, catalog underscore admin. That is one role, guys. That is one role. That role have some permissions. That role have some permissions. But if you see catalog underscore admin contains two more roles. Contains two more roles that are user underscore criteria underscore admin and as well as catalog. So these are the two extra rows that are contained in the catalog underscore admin. That means whatever the permissions that are given to the user criteria admin or catalog roles, that will be also a part of catalog underscore admin now. Okay. But if you see guys, one more point is very important. I missed it. Whereas coming to the assigning the role, that will be better if you give that to the group. That will be better if you give that to the group, not to the user. Always prefer giving the role to the group, not to the user. For now, I told you in the different ways where we can add a role in the user, add a role in the group, so that you people can understand. But don't go with the role directly to the user. Always try to go with the group. That is the best choice. If you want to provide a permissions for the single user, then go with the user. If you provide permissions for the single user, then go with the user. But if that in case that particular role should be given to the multiple users, then always try to create a group and assign that role to the group. Okay. So that is a major point you need to remember. As for that, you also know that one more thing here. The most important thing is the sysid of the roles. What is the sysid of the roles, guys? That is sys underscore user underscore role. So please remember this also, so that it is very important for you people to get the API names. That's coming to the assigning a role. Okay, assigning a role. And what are the roles that we've seen now, just now, that are service catalog and user criteria, knowledge. So guys, whereas coming to the catalog role that contains service catalog application. Whereas coming to the catalog role that contains service catalog module or application. Whereas coming to the user criteria that contains service catalog and user criteria, knowledge and user criteria. So whereas coming to the user criteria that do have two more extra permissions. Whereas coming to the catalog that only have one permission. Whereas coming to the user criteria that do have two permissions. But whereas coming to the catalog underscore admin, that person will have all the roles, all the permissions for this, all things, because catalog is been under that and user criteria is also under catalog underscore admin. So I will also explain you how we can add one role under one role. Okay. So just wait for a minute. We will see that. So then you can see one of the last most important thing, that is impersonate user. Whereas coming to system security, this is also one of the important topic you people need to remember. So whereas coming to the impersonator user, you can see how we can navigate to the impersonator and how we can end the impersonator. Okay. So suppose if any one of you people are asking the question like, what is the best way to end the impersonation? What is the best way to end the impersonation if you are impersonated to any other user? So what is the best answer that you can give, guys, that you can provide? What is the best answer that you can provide? Everyone, please try to respond to me. So suppose if I'm logged in as a test user one, I want to go back to the system administrator profile. Then what is the best approach that you people can go or view? What is the best approach, guys? Ending impersonation, logout. We have two options. Tell those two options in the Q&A. So that sir will conclude one thing. That's it, right? So most of you people are telling that impersonator, and most of you people are now telling logout. Super. Excellent work, guys. I got to see there are some people, they will do some fun in the Q&A. Okay, no problem. That is also very important whenever we are working on the session. That will refresh your mind. Okay. So here we can see a lot of things and impersonator and logout in the chat box. So most of you people are confused. Okay. So what is the best approach that you can go for whenever you want to log out from the another instance, or sorry, log out from the user? Always go with the logout option. Always go with the logout option. That will be the best choice of option. That will be the best approach. Whereas coming to the our work, whenever we are working in our system, right, we will always use the end impersonate user, so that we are working on the single tab. So we will all work on the single tab. Suppose consider that we are working in the multiple tabs where instance is been opened. Okay, so as a system administrator profile, I'm opened that particular profile in the three tabs. I have duplicated that. I'm working on that. So in that particular case, in that particularly in one tab, I went to test user one. In one tab, I went to test user one. Then what is the major thing happens is like, so in rest of the two tabs, the profile will be system administrator, but the operations that you're going to see, that will be as a ITIL user. Sorry, test user one. Okay, got it? What is the major disadvantage that you are going to observe if you're not using logout option? Okay, that will mostly occurs when you are using multiple tabs. If you are using single tab, then go with the end impersonator. That is fine. But that is not the best approach. Always goes with the best approach, that has logout. Okay, so that is majorly occurs whenever you are going to the multiple tabs. Suppose if you are working as a system administrator in multiple tabs, then if you go for any impersonator user as a test user one or any other user, then in the rest of the tabs also, what happens is like, whatever the user that you have impersonated in the first tab, that will be going to appear over here. But the profile will be system administrator. The profile will be system administrator, but the configurations will be having for the ITL user. Okay, that is the thing that you need to observe. That's why we always goes with the logout option. That is the best approach. Okay, so now let me show you and create how we can create the role and what are the things that we are going to see. Okay, so let me show you guys. Share the screen, Windows. I can share the screen. So please confirm me, guys, whether you are seeing the instance or not. Once again, in the chat box. Everyone, please try to reply, guys. Everyone. We are seeing the PDI, okay, not the instance. Seeing the instance only. Okay. Everyone, please reply me. Everyone are seeing the instance or not, whether you are seeing the instance, whether it is visible for you or not. Yeah, thank you for the response, guys. Now let me show you. First, I will show you by searching the API name for the group because I haven't searched for that, right? So now you people need to tell me the API name for the group in the chat box so that I will search that. Now you people need to tell me what is the API name for the group. API name for the group, please. What is the API name for the group, guys? Please. Everyone should respond. That's great. That is sys underscore user underscore group. Sys underscore user underscore group. Okay. Dot list to see the list of records. Dot form to see the form of a group. Okay. So I can see the list of records. Now, please tell me for the role. Please tell me for the roles quickly in the chat box. So that is sys underscore user underscore role. That's great. That's great. That's great. It's looking good. Okay. So if I search for that, what is the thing that I'm displaying over here, guys? It is displaying the list of records from groups table. Here you can see all the standard roles that are being given in the instance. Okay. So if you see, I already told that the major person who is going to handle the entire instance, that is admin. The role that is given to the system administrator, that is admin. Okay. System administrator is the profile name. This person do have an admin role. That's why this person can control everything. So you can see for each and every role, there will be certain description that will help you to that will help you to out where the main use of this particular role is going to appear. Okay. So now let me show you how the things that are going to look for the system administrator. Then after I do create one role, then after I will tell you how can I add extra permissions for that role. And also I will also explain you what are the different tabs that I'm going to see for the role creation. Okay. So let me go for the admin. So now we are in the admin role, guys. Now we are in the admin role. If you see, this is the form page where I'm going to see the description. In the description, it's clearly telling that this person is the most important person. This person can have all the access in the instance, and this person can do anything in the instance. That is the thing that is there in the description. Okay. So rather than that, if you see, there are few related links and few related lists over there. In that particularly, if you see, contain roles is one of the related list. Okay. So previously, when I'm showing the PPT, guys, when I'm showing the PPT for catalog underscore admin, in the contain roles, there are two more roles, right? There are two more roles that are catalog as well as user underscore criteria. So that means in this particular role, we are going to add different roles so that this person can access that role's permissions also. This person can access that role permissions also. Here as an admin, in the contain roles, there are 6 more roles over here. Each and every role do have their own permissions. Each and every role do have their own permissions. But as an admin, these permissions are required so that they are adding that in the contain rules. Okay. So these are the extra permissions that are added to the system administrator. So whereas coming to the level of accesses that are given to the system administrator profile, system administrator role, that are system administrator can access almost 73 applications. Almost 73 applications. These are the applications that are there in our instance, guys. You can see all the applications that will be available over here. And you can see there are almost 485 modules. There are almost 485 modules in our instance. As for system administrator, there is no custom table given to the system administrator because I haven't created any custom table. I haven't created any custom table. I haven't given that role. I haven't given any role to the custom table as an admin. Okay. So here, if you see, there are 3 things mainly focused on. One is contain roles and applications and modules. So whereas coming to the content roles, it do consist of the other roles where each and every role do have certain permissions where we can add over here. Whereas coming to the applications, here you are going to see all the applications that are available for the system administrator. Whereas coming to the modules, you can see all the modules. And whereas coming to the custom tables, as for now, we haven't added any role for the custom table that we created. Okay. So now let me show you for the ITIL. So previously we are using one role called ITIL, right? So let me show you that person role also. What is the importance of that person? So let me click on this. So this person can perform actions on ITIL help desk technician. Okay, that means he will work on incidents, he will work on problems, he will work on changes, he will work on config management items, some other things. Okay, so this person do consist of 42 roles. This person do consist of 42 roles. That means whenever I'm adding ITIL role, there itself you observe that there are 40 roles that is been given to the user. There are 40 roles that have been given to the user. So here for each and every role, there will be another content role also, right? There will be another content role also. That's why that is added over there. So when I'm giving role for the user ITIL, automatically whatever the role that are contains under that are added over. That's why it is showing 40 as a number. That means here we can see 22 roles, right? In that 22 roles also, there are other roles which are having content roles. That's why the total number of roles that has been represented over there, that is 40. Okay, got it? So now, whereas coming to the ITL, this person can access 15 applications, and here as coming to the modules, that person can access 61 modules. Okay, so now let me tell you how we can create our own role. So before creating my own role, let me tell you few important roles. So that will help you to work on our instance. That are the major roles that you people need to remember as a ITSM user. Okay, so we are working on the ITSM, right? So we are working and we are learning ITSM. So these are the four most important roles that you people need to remember. One is admin. Please write down, guys. Please write down because this is very important. One is admin. Please write down. One is admin. Whereas coming to the admin, you all know, right? Admin is the person who is going to control the entire instance. He can do everything. Okay. So second role is ITIL. That role helps to work on the ITSM. Okay, that role helps to work on the ITSM. That means incidents, problems, change, configuration. These are the things are under the ITSM, right? That really helps to work on the ITSM permissions. Whereas coming to the next role, that is impersonator. So whereas coming to the next role, that is impersonator. So we have observed one particular thing in the user menu, that is impersonate user, right? If you want to give that to the any other user, we can give this role called impersonator. We can give this role called impersonator so that as a user, that person can also go and check other users what are the permissions that have been given to that person. Okay, so next role is catalog underscore admin. Catalog underscore admin. This role specifically helps us to work on service catalog. This particular role specifically help us to work on the entire service portal. So please remember this role also, catalog underscore admin. So whereas coming to one more role, that is KB underscore admin. KB underscore admin. That is nothing but knowledge underscore admin. So where this helps to work on the entire knowledge management and articles that we are going to create. Okay. So if you give KB underscore admin, that person can do anything in the knowledge management. Okay. So whereas coming to the last and best role that we need to remember, that is security underscore admin. Security underscore admin. So these are the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 6. These 6 are the most important roles that you people need to remember. So each and every role has some uniqueness. So please, guys, please write down these roles and remember these roles. Each and every role has some uniqueness. Okay. So admin can control everything. ITIL will control the which things that person can control. Incident management, problem management, change management. Whereas coming to the impersonator, that person can give the access for the impersonating another user, checkability and testability. Whereas coming to the knowledge underscore admin, that will helps to work on the knowledge management. If you go for the catalog underscore admin, that will help us to work on the service portal. If you go for the security underscore admin, that will help us to work on the ACLs. That will help us to work on the ACLs. So each and every role that I wrote now in the Q&A that are very important for you also. Okay. So guys, I haven't shared the screen, guys. I'm just sharing the instance, right? I'm just writing the roles in the Q&A. I think you all can see the roles, right, in the Q&A. You can see the roles in the Q&A. That's great. So now if I want to create any role, the same thing I need to do. I need to go to the all. I need to search for the roles. Okay. I need to search for the roles. Then I will find the roles under system security. Okay. Click on that. I will see all the roles here. So to create a new role, I need to click on new. I have to mention the role name. That is, what is the role name I want to give, guys? Can anyone tell me? Can anyone suggest me the role name? Anyone suggest me the role name, please? Intern. Intern is the role name. That's great. So the role name that I have specified here, that is intern, guys. Okay. So intern is the role that I'm giving over here. If I want to add the description, I can add the description. As for now, I'm not giving any description. And I want to create this role so that I'm saving that to the database. So click on the form header, click on save so that it will be directly added to the database. Okay. Then after the same things that you're seeing for each and everything for each and every role that will be available over here. I can see few related links and I can see few related list. So in that particularly contain roles and applications, modules, custom tables. So I will discuss about these applications and modules and custom tables in the next class so that we will go to know how we are going to control that. But as for now, we are working on the roles, right? So let me help you out how we are going to work on the content rules. So as a intern, this person don't have any permissions. As an intern, this role don't have any permissions. So let me give this role to any other user, guys. First, let me remove our users from the group. Let me remove our users from the group. Sorry. Let me use the history here directly. SmartBridge group. So let me remove our users from the group. I'm just removing test user 2 and test user 3. Also test user 4. Okay, I'm removing test user 1, test user 2, test user 3, and test user 4. I'm just keeping test user 1 over there. Okay, so test user 1 do have ITIL role. Now, whereas coming to the test user 2, 3, 4, they don't have any permissions as for now. So now, let me go to the user table. Click on users module. Then I can see list of records from user table. Now I'm going for test user 2. Before I'm going to impersonate or before I'm going to give the role, let me impersonate and I will show you whether the permissions has been removed or not. Okay, so let me click on user menu, click on impersonate user. Now I'm going to test user 2, guys, so that you people will also confirm the permissions that I have given previously are not there for this user. You can see directly there is no workspace is been displayed to the test user 2. That confirmed that the roles, the permissions that are there for the role is been removed. You can see there are default applications is been given to the test user 2. Now let me go back to the admin and impersonator. So let me click on all. And go for the users. So here search test user 2. Now we have created one role, right? We have created one role. Let me click on that role and click on edit. Now let me search for our role, guys. Let me search for our role. That is intern role. Click on this, add that role first. Let me remove this. So now I have added our role, that is intern role. Let me click on save. Okay. As a test user 2 now, this person do have one role. This person do have one role, that is intern role. So now you people need to tell me what are the permissions that this person is going to see. You people need to tell me now what are the permissions that test user 2 can see. The permissions that test user can see. What are the permissions that test user can see, guys? Please, everyone, respond to me. So as coming to the intern role, what are the permissions that I have assigned over there? Is there any permission? First of all, is there any permission that I have assigned? Zero permissions, right? That means what happens? What happens? What happens if I logged in as a test user 2? That means if I impersonate to the test user 2, what happens, guys? Everyone, please try to respond. It will be same as earlier. It will stay same as earlier. So let me show you guys. Let me click on user menu and let me impersonate to the test user 2 so that you will confirm there are no permissions for the intern role. Intern role. So you can see if I click on this application menu or if I go for the all the applications that are there in the all menu, there are only the default applications. Whenever the user is being created, these are the default applications that will be given. So let me click on end impersonator. So now I will tell you what is the advantage of adding contain roles. Okay, so let me go back to the all and search for roles. Click on roles and search for our role, that is intern. So click on intern. Here our role name is intern, guys. Okay, so now here our role name is intern. In the contain roles, now I'm going to add one role that I told for you. One role that I told for you, that is impersonator. Sorry. So this is the role that I told for you, right? This is one of the important role, impersonator. This will help other persons to also check for the users. Okay, let me give this role to the test user. Click on save. Click on save on the form. You can see in the content roles, now impersonator has been added. Now whatever the permissions that are there for the impersonator role will be acting to the intern role. Now intern role do have some permissions, that is impersonator. Okay. Now let me show you how that is going to work. Click on impersonate user and go with the test user 2. So if I go with the test user 2 also, I can't do that, right? Because as an admin, I can directly navigate to the next user. So let me add different role. So if you want to check this, guys, what you can do is like give this one to the test user 1. Give this one to the test user 1, then you can identify. Okay. Login separately using the domain link, then you can find how the impersonate option has been available for that person. Okay. So now let me add different role over here as per now to check the things that are working or not. So now let me add the IDL role only, the common role that we are using. Okay, so ITL role has been added. Click on save. Now let me save the form once again to see the changes on the form. Yeah, I got to see the changes. Okay, ITL role has been added. If I click on update, it will be added to the database. Now intern role do have permissions for impersonating the user and also having the multiple things that are there under the ITAL. Okay, so now let me go to the impersonate user and let me go to the test user 2. Click on impersonator. So now if I go to the all, I will see multiple applications. I will see multiple applications. Here you can see there are multiple applications displayed over here. In that particularly, I can going to work on incident, problem, change, right? And also configurations. And also configurations, CMDB workspace, everything. Everything is being visible as a ITIL role. And if you want to check for the impersonator, that will be visible over here. But now I'm not as a system, sorry, now I'm logged in as a test user 2 by impersonating, right? So this is the system administrator point of view. But if you want to check whether the test user 2 is also having an impersonator option or not, what you need to do, we need to create credentials for that user and we need to open that in the different window. We need to open that in the different window so that we can check how this particular impersonator role is also working. Okay, so here you will see one more particular operation is going to add like impersonate user so that test user can do also same thing as an admin. They will also impersonate and check the user what they can do and what they can't. So guys, got the concept about the roles? The concept about the roles? Everyone, please tell me. Any more questions? Any more questions? It's clear, right? Yeah, we have one more option here, elevate privileges. That's great. Someone is asking something. That looks nice for me. So if you see, if I go for the roles, if I go for my role that I created, so what is this option? What does this option do? Elevate role. What happens if I click this? What happens if I don't click this? Okay, so elevate role option helps us to elevate the privilege of a role. Okay, so suppose if I'm having some permissions for this role, if I'm adding some permissions for this role, suppose for this intern role, consider that I have created one application that is with the name cohort 2. Okay, so that is with the name cohort 2. So for that application, I have added a role intern. Then if I enable this option, elevate privileges, then what happens is like this role acts as a primary role for the application. This role acts as a primary role for the application. That is also a very mandatory thing will happen. Okay, that is the purpose of elevate privilege. Okay, guys. So I will explain you this elevate privilege when I'm going to explain you about the applications and modules and tables. That is in the next class. Okay. So we will look after this also. Don't need to worry because that will happen whenever we give roles for the application or module or table. So now as a role, roles contents, we can't do that elevate privileges. So that will happen only on the application basis or module basis or table basis. Okay. So any more questions, guys? So most of you people are asking about the, yesterday I was absent, I'm not able to get the class. So today, is there anything that I need to cover? So don't worry about this attendance, guys. Please do come to the class and listen to the class. That's it. That is only the important thing that is requesting from my side. I'm going to share the recording link once again in the Telegram group. In the Telegram group, I'm going to share the link once again. No need to worry. There is no classes on the weekends, guys. There is no classes on the weekends. Means there is no class Saturday on Sunday. Share the Telegram link once again. Yeah, definitely. I'm going to share the Telegram link once again, guys. Please wait. We have 10 more minutes. If you have any kind of doubts, you can ask me in the chat box. Meanwhile, let me share the link of the Telegram group. So you can check that, guys. I'm sharing the link for the Telegram group in the Q&A. You can check that. If you want to join, you can join. If you are already joined, no problem there. And I'm also going to share the recording link once again after the session. Please be active and check the recording links. So that link only given every day over there. Okay. In that particular link only, the recordings will be updated. Recordings will be uploaded and updated. That means if I complete this session today now itself, then that means the session is going to be added over there in that particular link only. You can check that. Okay. So bird in self. We have missed one more topic, guys. Thank you for remembering this topic, Lavanya. Thank you for that. So we can cover that in 10 minutes. So what is this active plugins? Okay, so I told that we have one more terminology that we need to go for, that is plugins. Okay, so let me click on that. Let me share the screen first of all. So we have one more thing to discuss, guys. Please, I will be quick with this topic. So please understand this. So here in the instant actions, we have one more option called active plugins, right? We have one more option called active plugins. If you click on this, what are the plugins that are actively there in your instance? That means in this particular instance, we have multiple plugins that are installed already. Okay, that are already installed. Okay, if you want to see that, you can click on this active plugins. It will show how many active plugins are there in your instance. How many active plugins that are there in your instance. That means these are the downloaded plugins. That means these are the downloaded plugins. How we are going to download that, and what is the use of these plugins? What is this plugin first of all? If you go for the all, guys, if I search for plugin firstly, if I search for plugins, it will show one option plugins under system definition. If I click on this, it will show you a different preview where I can see the pre-built applications, where I can see the pre-built applications, pre-built modules, and pre-built set of configurations are stored over there. Pre-built set of configurations are stored over here. Here I can see almost there are 966 applications available in my instance. Sorry, not available in my instance, that are available in the store, application store, where I can download and I can use that in my instance. Where I can download that and I can use that in my instance. So how I'm going to download that and where I can use that is a very important thing that you people need to know. Whereas coming to the plugins, basically, if any client comes to us and they will give a scenario that we need to build in our instance, we will always check for the plugins first. We will always check for the plugins first, because in each and every plugin, there will be a separate configuration that will be loaded with the data. Okay, there will be separate configurations that will be loaded, already created and kept in the store, already created by some other people and kept in the store. So if that particular scenario that is given by the client is similar with this particular application that you are seeing in the store, what we can do, we can directly open that application. Suppose I want to download my forms application. Okay, so I can open this application. I will see the summary of the application and more details about this particular application. What are the things that are there, and is that particular thing has been helpful for me, so that I can create the particular scenario very easily, or I can manage with that application. This also matching with the client story, then I can directly install without even creating. So this is the very big help from the ServiceNow, where we can directly go with the standard applications already created. We need to just read the content, and you also see there are multiple help sources that are provided for each and every application that will brief about the application. Okay, so if you want to install that, you can click on install. It will show the latest version. If you want, you can and click on install. That will be added to your instance where you can work on that. Okay, so this is one of the most easiest and best thing that we have in our instance, guys, that is plugins, where there will be a store like a Play Store. Suppose if you take an example of a mobile, we have a Play Store in our mobile, right, where we will download the applications that are necessary. Okay, in the same way, assume that we have plugins in the instance where we will download the set of pre-built applications that are necessary for us directly. We will see all the configurations already built in that, and demo data also will be provided in that. So we can directly use that literally. We don't need to create that from the scratch. We can use the existing one. That is the main thing that you need to know about the plugins. So as coming to the plugins, we have one more term also. We call that as ServiceNow Store. We have one more term also that we call as ServiceNow Store. If you go for the new tab and search for ServiceNow Store, that will also directly navigate you to the plugins. like that won't show inside the instance. It will show here, guys. Here are the few applications that are from the ServiceNow store. Some are paid, some are free. Here also you can observe that, and from here also you can download the applications. From here also you can see the what are the configurations that are built in this application, how this application is going to work, whether this application has been useful for us. We can sign into this and we can download this and we can use that in our instance. So this is all about the plugins, guys. So thank you for remembering this, Lavanya. So this is a simple concept, but you need to have an idea about the plugins. That's it. Okay. So any more questions, guys? Any more questions? Telegram link is already shared, guys. Telegram link is already shared. Even I will spam that. Please check in the Q&A. I'm sharing the Telegram link, Telegram group link. After the session, I'm going to share the recording links also, so that you people can check the recordings of your classes. So I need a quick go through of today's class. So in today's class, what we discussed is like we have discussed the remaining two topics of a system security. One is about the groups and one more is about the roles. So whereas coming to the roles, that are nothing but the permissions that we give to access something in the instance. Whereas coming to the groups, so basically group is nothing but a collection of users where we will combine them and we will make them as a unit, and we will provide a role for that group so that we need to reduce our work. So if I want to give the 10 people separately, the role should be given. That will take a lot of time. In that, instead of that, I can create one group and I will add the 10 people and I will create one role and I will give that role to that person so that everyone can access. So then after we have discussed what are the different things that are there in the group, like in the form, we have parent group, child group, group members, roles, and how the manager is going to work, how the group members are going to work. Then after we have discussed about the roles and how the role is going to work and what are the societies of each and everything, each and every system securities. So these are all things we have discussed today. And let's come into the questions that I'm seeing in the Q&A. Sorry, hold out. So Balasai, please go with the personal mail ID because you have already registered with the personal mail ID, right? So please use that personal mail ID for creating the non-learning account also. Okay. And you also will get the voucher. Nagavenkata, sorry for that. I can't directly share the email of mine. So what you can do is like you can directly contact me in the Telegram. I'm the admin for the Telegram group. So there will be some people. They will also responsible for the group. They will quickly respond to the questions that are being raised in the group. Okay. Even you people can reply to the questions that are asking. So that you can build the communication between you people, and you will also gain the knowledge, guys. Okay. And some of you people are asking about the I missed the first class, I missed the second class. It doesn't affect the certificate. So don't leave about that, guys. Don't worry about that. Please focus on the class. That's it. Check that in the handbook. Check that in the handbook that is mentioned in the handbook. Yeah, I'm going to share the drive link after the class. So after closing the class, I'm going to share the drive link in the Telegram group. You can check that once again. So any more doubts from today's class or from yesterday's or day before yesterday's class, guys? Anyone? That I can end the session because time is going to be done. That's why. Any more questions? Vasantan, please don't worry about the voucher. I will explain you clearly. Okay. So no need to worry about that things. We will go with. Mm, mm. Okay, Rupasri, definitely. I will turn off the messages and I will only give the limited time of period for students to reply in the group. Okay. So I will check one timer and I will give the opening time for that so that in that particular time only students can reply over there. Okay. So I will stop all the messages in the Telegram group so that everyone can see my messages. Then after I will give some specific times for you where you can access the group and everyone can chat with each other. Okay. Mm. So that's all for the day, guys. Thank you. Thank you all for joining in the session. And we will meet you on Monday so that we can continue one more topic, that is table administrator. That is also one of the most interesting topic and most exciting topic that we can learn in ServiceNow. So I hope everyone will be back in the session and everyone will show the same enthusiasm that you are showing here so that we can continue the sessions. Shiva Ganesh is asking something, guys. Please remember this question. That is the question that I'm going to ask you people also. As per now, I'm just telling the answer for that person. Shiva Ganesh, that is yes. Okay, that is yes. So the question is here. Please listen. Please listen to the question. That is very interesting question. As an admin, if I want to give the admin role to the new user, is that possible to give? Can anyone tell me in the chat box quickly? As an admin, can I give the admin role to other persons? Yes, that's great. We can give the admin role to the other people. But what happens if I give the admin role to other people? Is the best choice to give the admin role to other people? If they trust you, they can, then we can give. Okay. So someone is replying like this. Nice. That's not the case, guys. So as coming to the admin, that is very risky to give admin role to any other people. That is very risky to give admin role to other people, because if I give admin role to that person even can remove my role. That person can even remove my role. That is the major thing. That's why we don't give admin role to that person. Rather than giving admin role, we will give multiple permissions to that person for the role. Rather than giving admin role, what we will do, we will create a role or we will use the existing role and we will give multiple permissions to that person and we will give that role to the user. Okay. So don't give admin role to that person, as for that not the best thing that to do. So, but we can give the admin role. Okay. So guys, the time is up. So thank you all for joining once again, and thank you for your patience for listening to the class. So bye everyone. Have a nice day. So I will meet you all on the Monday once again. Okay. So bye bye. Thank you. Thank you all. What are we supposed to do on weekends? You can check with the handbook. Okay. In the handbook, there will be links that you need to complete. You can check that. You can approach us in the Telegram group. Okay. Mhm. Yeah, you can start working on that. No problem. You can start working on the courses that has been given in the handbook. Welcome to ServiceNow Micro Certification. No problem. You can start working. That's why it is mentioned as self-based learning. Okay. That means you people need to start working on yourself. So guys, that's it for the day. Bye everyone. Have a nice day. Signing off.